Hello, folks. I am back with another firearms review. I'm sorry, I'm laughing a bit because I saw 32 Icons video earlier today. So if you get a chance, go and subscribe to her. She's a good person, and I like her reviews. But check out that video. Uh, Back to this, I have a new firearm that I'm going to show you right now, and it's something that I've been looking to get for a very long time, and I just basically backed away from it several times. So I decided to trade in one of my firearms, and I took the plunge on it. You know by the title, it is a CZ. It is the CZ Tactical Sport Orange, and I'm not going to go through what's all in here and so forth. It does come with extra springs, hammer springs, and recoil springs. They give you oil with it, mag loader, cleaning kit, all that. So let me get this out of the way, and we can get started further. Okay, folks, this is the Tactical Sport Orange. This is some firearm that it's not new to the market. It's been out there for a while. There's been several reviews, Honest Outlaw, KS Gun Guy, Big Johnson, Guns and Gear. A lot of great reviews on this particular firearm. I just waited a bit and I was late to the party. But let me get to some specifics about it. This is the Tactical Sport Orange. It is a 9mm. It does come in 40 Smith & Wesson. That's probably a unicorn firearm. It comes with 3 magazines that are 20 rounds. And let me clear this for you so nobody thinks anything is wrong, that I'm being unsafe, etc. It is a bit dirty because I just got back from the range, so that was not a real unboxing. Like I said, it comes with the 20-round magazines, 20-round magazines, and it has this nice color base plate here. It feels like an aluminum type base plate along with the aluminum grips and matching color. A little bit more information on this. It is a single action only trigger, and this trigger is really, really light. The trigger is somewhere, I don't have a gauge, but from looking at other videos, it's anywhere from 1 to 2 pounds, something like that, if I got that correctly. The trigger reminds me of my Bull Shadow. My Bull Shadow trigger is extremely light in single action, and it's you got to really pay attention when you're shooting this firearm, especially with this particular light trigger. This trigger will somewhat surprise you, so you got to get a good feel for the firearm as you're firing. Also, the barrel length is 5.23 inches, so it's a pretty long barrel, made for obviously for competition, targeting, and so forth. And it is also a real heavy firearm. It is 47.5 ounces. Now, the weight of this firearm, it doesn't feel, you know it's weighty, but it doesn't feel like your arm is going to hurt or anything like that. I think it's the way they balance the firearm. The overall length of this firearm is also 8.86 inches, which makes for, as you see, a very big, long length to this firearm. And the height is 5 inches, actually 5.9 inches. So you have a good height there. I have a weird hand size, so I can really grip this pretty well, and I don't think there's too much of a problem, but I can grip this pretty well. So I think a person with smaller hands might be able to grip this well. If you have larger hands, you would probably want either maybe a thicker grip or whatnot. Also, the width is 1.77 inches. So as you see here, there's the width, and I had mentioned about the about the grips here, the aluminum grips here. These are thin, but some people prefer the thicker. These grips don't bother me. Some people complain about these. It does have ambidextrous safety. As you see, this is the one with the ledge on it here, but it's flat on this side. And it has an adjustable rear sight, and it's serrated in the rear uh, for blocking out glare when you're doing your competition. It does have a serrated top, which a lot of competition firearms have, where it's ribbed at the top, and that way it reduces glare. It does have a fiber optic thin type of front sight, so it's like a thin blade sight. But all in all, it when you're looking down the sight, you get a good target acquisition. Also, what's interesting that is noticeable is when you look at the this thing here, they call it the gas pedal, and it gives you a place to hold your thumb. Um, like on most firearms, you might have like maybe like some people have stipple work on their polymer firearms, or some type of padding over there so they can have a better grip when they're firing the firearm. But this has a gas pedal on here. They call it the gas pedal. It's also serrated so you can have a little bit so your thumb on your support hand won't slip off. But this does come on. You can take this off if you don't like it. I know there are other attachments that you could put on here. You could put an attachment for a, like a optic. Some people put this attachment. They take this out, put it on top so the optic can ride on the top and not ride on the slide. So that makes for good shooting because most optics, as you know, like your MOSs on your Glocks and other firearms, it's on the slide. And usually the slide retracts back and it has the optic going backwards and forward. And sometimes it some optics are not ready for that beating and banging. But with the attachment that they can put on here, it's not going to be that bad because it's not riding with the slide. It stays in one particular spot. A couple other features here, as you see, this is a oversized mag release. It is adjustable, so you can cant to different positions depending on how your thumb is. I love the checkering in the back. This the back strap checkering is excellent. I don't know how many lines per inch. Normal standard is usually anywhere between 25 to 30 lines per inch. Uh, Also, the front checkering here makes for a good grip here. And as you see, I like the way it swoops up here. A lot of people know about the Glock knuckle. So usually they take their polymer firearms and what they'll do is they will Dremel. Well, this gives you a space up here so you can grip even higher onto the firearm when you're firing. Uh, the magwell is really nice. And I like this magwell. I've did some as I was shooting. I had no problems with it hanging up uh, when I was putting a magazine in, so it made for an easy magazine change. Uh, Other than that, I really like this firearm and I like the way it's shot. Uh, Also, one of the main things I was getting, well, was talking about the how you fire this with the trigger. I'm going to show you my first shots with this, and I know I need a little more practice with it to get really comfortable. But on my first shots, now you see three shots here that are totally off. That was due to the fact, like I said, that trigger is very light. So sometimes when I was pulling the trigger, I was inadvertently hitting the shot. I had not really got the firearm back on target, and then it went off. It went off because it was my mistake. My mistake was not having a proper grip with this firearm, and not getting the proper grip and getting down to aim at the target. So these 3 shots that you see here, that's just all on me. It shoots very well. I needed to get a little bit more centered, but like I said, these were the first shots. On the other target, I think I started to dial it in a little better, and my shots are here. Now, one thing about the gas pedal is for you when you're talking about the gas pedal here. On my support hand, one of the other mistakes I did was that I was pushing the firearm too far this way. I wanted a grip, a tight grip, but I was pushing it a little bit too far. That's why you get shots like this that are not really centered, even though I thought it was centered. That's me. That's not the sighting system. And up around here, some of the same things. So I'm getting used to this firearm, trying to get it dialed in. And also, these were 2 shots that I actually did, like I said on the previous target. It kind of pretty much surprised me. So it's basically similar to when I'm talking about these short triggers. It's basically similar to my bull shadow in there, and I want to use this for competition. A friend of mine is going to help me get into steel shooting, and I'm going to be learning a little more, and I'll let you know how I'll progress on that. So I'm trying to decide whether to use this firearm, the Shadow 2, the Bull Shadow, or the Shadow Target 2. So one of those firearms I'm going to be using as I venture into getting into this competition thing. I got to see what I shoot best with. And for now, I think I shoot best with the Shadow 2, but I really love this firearm. It's to me, I just only had a little bit of time on this. To me, I really like the way this shoots because I'm a single action guy because I really like 1911s. So this is right up my alley. I uh, I can highly recommend this firearm. It makes me look like a professional. One thing though, even though this can lie to you and make you feel like you're a better shooter than what you are, it also will show you where your mistakes are. And that's when I was talking about when you don't aim properly. It will definitely show you if you're dead on. It's this firearm is going to do what it's supposed to do. Okay, that's all I have for now. And I recommend this highly, like I said before. So, with that said, stay safe, happy shooting, hashtag 2A.